There's a small box sitting in your pantry that costs less than a cup of coffee, yet it can completely change the way your garden grows. Baking soda isn't just for freshening up your fridge or making cookies rise, it's a gardener's secret weapon. From sweeter tomatoes to brighter flowers and even keeping pests at bay, this humble white powder can become one of the most powerful allies in your gardening journey. Once you learn how to use it properly, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Keeping powdery mildew under control. One of the most frustrating sights for any gardener is when lush green leaves suddenly look like they've been dusted with flour. That's powdery mildew, a common fungal disease that weakens plants and ruins harvests. Instead of reaching for harsh chemicals, you can mix your own safe spray right at home. Combine 1 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 quart of water and 1 teaspoon of mild liquid soap. Pour it into a spray bottle. Shake well and lightly mist the tops and undersides of affected leaves once a week. Always apply this early in the morning or just before sunset, never in the midday sun to avoid leaf burn. With consistency, your plants will bounce back healthier without exposing your garden to toxic residues. Helping roses fight black spot disease. Roses are breathtaking when they're healthy, but they can be drama queens when disease strikes. Black spot fungus leaves dark patches on foliage and weakens the plant. You can give them a fighting chance with a natural formula. Mix 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 1 tablespoon of horticultural oil such as neem oil, and 1 gallon of water. Spray the mixture generously on both sides of the leaves every 10 days. Baking soda slightly shifts the pH on the leaf surface, creating an environment where fungal spores cannot thrive. The result is stronger, cleaner foliage and more vibrant blooms without resorting to harsh sprays. Testing the health of your soil. Healthy plants begin with healthy soil, and baking soda gives you a quick way to test pH without buying an expensive kit. Scoop 1 tablespoon of garden soil into a small bowl, add just enough water to turn it into mud, then sprinkle in half a teaspoon of baking soda. If the soil fizzes and bubbles, it means your soil is acidic. If nothing happens, it is more likely neutral to alkaline. This simple test gives you insight into what your soil needs, allowing you to make smarter decisions for the plants you grow. Balancing acidic soil naturally is really quite simple. If your test shows the soil leans too acidic, you can gently adjust it with baking soda. Just dissolve 1 tablespoon of baking soda into 1 gallon of water and use the solution to water the soil around your plants every 3 weeks. Now avoid pouring it on the leaves. Focus on the root zone where it matters most. Used carefully, this mild treatment can make conditions more suitable for crops like beans, broccoli and beets, giving them sturdier growth and better yields. Just remember that moderation is key, since too much baking soda can harm beneficial soil microbes. Sweetening your tomatoes for better flavour. Now that's something every gardener can appreciate. Few things compare to the joy of biting into a juicy homegrown tomato. But sometimes the flavour falls flat, and that's where baking soda can help. By reducing the acidity in the soil around tomato roots, you can encourage sweeter fruit. Simply sprinkle 1 tablespoon of baking soda around the base of each tomato plant, keeping it away from the stem, then water it in gently. Over time, you'll notice your harvest tastes richer and closer to the sun-ripened tomatoes you remember from summers past. Protecting your leafy greens is, honestly, a bit easier than you might think. Spinach, lettuce and Swiss chard are garden staples, especially for those who value fresh salads straight from the backyard. These greens thrive in slightly alkaline conditions, and a weekly baking soda tonic can give them the lift they need. Dissolve 1 teaspoon of baking soda in 1 quart of water and water the soil around your greens once a week. Within a few weeks, you'll notice sturdier stems and deeper green leaves. It's a small adjustment that makes a big difference in both health and harvest. Keeping pests at bay naturally can be, well, quite the challenge. Gardeners everywhere know the battle against pests never ends. Aphids, spider mites and other sap-sucking insects can wreak havoc on healthy plants. A simple solution of 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 quart of water, and a few drops of vegetable oil creates a gentle but effective spray. Mist it on both sides of your leaves once a week or after heavy rains. The baking soda changes the leaf surface environment while the oil helps the spray stick, making your plants far less appetizing to unwanted guests. Refreshing compost without disrupting decomposition is, honestly, a bit of an art. Every seasoned gardener treasures compost, but sometimes the pile produces an odour strong enough to drive you indoors. A light sprinkle of baking soda on top of your compost helps neutralise the smell almost instantly. The key is restraint. Too much baking soda will slow down decomposition by interfering with microbial activity. Use it sparingly, and you'll enjoy compost that smells fresher while still breaking down effectively into the black gold your plants crave. Protecting container plants from root rot is, really important for their health. Potted plants are convenient, but they often suffer from root rot when the soil becomes too damp and acidic. If your plants are drooping and the soil smells sour, try sprinkling a small pinch of baking soda across the surface of the potting mix, then water lightly. Allow the soil to dry slightly before watering again. This helps discourage the fungal growth that causes root rot and gives your plant a better chance at recovery. Brightening flower blooms can really transform a garden, When hydrangeas, petunias and geraniums seem a bit reluctant to bloom, the problem may be, acidic soil. A gentle tonic of 1 teaspoon baking soda dissolved in 1 quart of water can help. Simply water the base of your flowers once a month with this solution, and over time watch as your blooms become fuller and brighter. It's a safe way to enhance your flower beds without relying on chemical fertilizers. Cleaning and reviving old garden pots is honestly a step many overlook. Before planting in reused pots or seed trays, it's important to remove any lingering diseases or residues. Just fill a bucket with warm water, add half a cup of baking soda and 1 tablespoon of vinegar, then soak your containers. After a short soak, scrub lightly, rinse thoroughly and let them dry in the sun. This simple step gives your new seedlings a clean, healthy start. Clearing moss and mould from garden paths is perhaps more important than it seems. Garden walkways are charming, until moss and mould make them, rather slippery. Instead of bleach or a pressure washer, try baking soda. Sprinkle it generously across the affected bricks or stones. Leave it overnight, then scrub with a stiff brush in the morning before rinsing with water. You'll restore the beauty and safety of your paths without harsh chemicals, keeping the area safe for pets, kids and plants alike. Driving ants away without poisons is, often easier than you might think. Ants can quickly turn a tidy garden into a battlefield. An easy and effective method is to mix equal parts baking soda and powdered sugar, then sprinkle it near ant trails and around their hills. The sugar attracts them, while the baking soda disrupts their digestion. This trick works best when placed out of reach of pets and children. Over time, you'll notice fewer ants marching through your vegetables and flowers. Freshening up worn-out gloves. Gardening gloves are like loyal companions, but they don't always smell fresh after weeks of use. You can restore them with a simple soak. Fill a bowl with warm water, add half a cup of baking soda and let the gloves soak for 30 minutes. Rinse well and dry them in the sun. Clean, odour-free gloves make every gardening session more enjoyable. Soothing bug bites and garden rashes. After a long day in the garden, bug bites and skin irritation can leave you uncomfortable. Baking soda doubles as a natural skin soother. Mix it with just enough water to form a paste, then apply directly to the affected area. It calms irritation, reduces swelling and offers quick relief without extra chemicals. Final thoughts. Baking soda may look unassuming, but in the garden it proves itself time and again as a natural ally. From balancing soil and boosting flavour to protecting plants and refreshing tools, it offers gardeners a safe, affordable and versatile solution. The secret lies in moderation and consistency. Too much can upset the natural balance, but when used wisely, baking soda supports healthier soil, stronger plants, and sweeter harvests. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Crops Haven and share this video with your fellow gardeners. Together, let's keep growing healthier gardens, one spoonful of baking soda at a time.